The truth as we bring you the most hard-hitting stories and unveil the real facts. Welcome to Hard Facts.
I am Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Hard Facts.
99.3 Nigeria Info. This is the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios here in Itime and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Hard Facts, and I'm Maryann Okon. How many rainfalls have we had lately? You know, every time the rains come and they are very heavy, I remember Desmond. And every conversation he's had with you on the radio, and I know a couple of people say, Desmond he's a bit much. Is he? Climate change, yes, it's no longer just a word that we throw around. The climate is changing right before us every single day. And I don't mind sounding like a broken record, just like Desmond does. But it's happening. Some time ago, I was at the beach, and one of these beaches in Lagos, on the other side. And guess what floated towards me? Plastic plate and a spoon. You're laughing. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we're supposed to protect what we play about is that we literally live on top of water. All of this is reclaimed land. The more reason why we should take our environments more seriously and protect it. Because the weathers are going to continuously be extreme. Why? We've we've depleted the ozone layer so much so that whatever we see, we'll have to take it. But are we ready? Because we can still save what's left of Mother Earth, but the emissions are too many. The little that you can do in your own way, you're not doing it. Once it rains, it's like they say, want to go? Come and pour your trash in the gutter. Whoever gave you that idea? Where do you think all of that is going? And then when it now rains heavily, like it does or like it did today, you now say, we need government to come and help us. Water will always find its way. It will find its way. And in finding its way, it might end up in your living room or in your front yard. And then we'll have flooding, flash flooding. Let's do everything in our power to keep our environment safe. Whether it's how you dispose of your waste, how you sort your waste, plastics go where plastics go. That's recycling. You know, make sure that you don't be a part of the people that are destroying the earth, please. I said all of that to say welcome to the show. As usual, we start off with the big three stories, and then, of course, we delve in. Today's Tuesday, so we're going into our community review report, talking about keeping our waterfront safe. Loma is on the chopping block today because they were caught on camera. I've said it so many times, actually, that when I go for walks in the morning, I see Loma officials. They sweep. After sweeping, they pack the dirty, they put it back in the gutter. What did you do? An exercise in futility. Well, this time they were caught on camera. So it's not enough to just catch the people that are coming to throw trash on the road. Even your own people are part of the wahala. So yeah, we'll be talking about that and several other things in our community you report today. On the 5 o'clock hour, we're talking about the politics of insecurity. The savior who's coming to save you, is he really saving you, or he's here to save himself? I don't know. But then, what about our governors, the president, everyone who's supposedly a leader? Are they really fighting to save the soul of Nigeria when we talk about terrorism? We'll be having guests join us on the 5 o'clock hour. Welcome to the show, Lagos. Let's get to the business of the day. And you know how we welcome you. Welcome to the show.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome. It's Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's go into the big three stories for today, shall we? And then, of course, you'll get to Georgia with me on some of these stories. One of them's got my eye rolling all the way to the back. Not for the right reasons.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's start with the electoral bill. Senate reconvenes amid mounting pressure. Yes, the Senate is reconvening an emergency meet because, of course, Nigerians seem not to have rolled over as usual when we realized that certain clauses were struck off, or rather not properly negotiated in the new Electoral Act bill. Well, we hear that pressure has continued to mount on the National Assembly to approve mandatory real-time electronic transmission of results from polling units to IREP portal in the ongoing electoral amendment process before the Parliament. This is as senators are set to reconvene for an emergency plenary session today amid growing demands for the inclusion of mandatory electronic transmission of results in the amendment of the Electoral Act. The upper chamber had adjourned plenary for 2 weeks last week Wednesday after passing the Electoral Act Amendment Bill to enable lawmakers engage heads of ministries, departments and agencies in the defense of their 2026 budget proposals. The notice of the emergency sitting was contained in a memo dated 8th February and circulated to senators. It was signed by the clerk of the Senate, Emmanuel Odo. In the memo, Mr. Odo said he was acting on the directive of the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. The memo did not state the reason for the emergency plenary. However, there are strong indications that it is not connected to the outrage, or that it is actually connected to the outrage over the electoral amendment bill passed last Wednesday before the adjournment. Now, in talking about that, there have been several people who've been out, protesting. We've seen the likes of Peter Obi, flanked by certain people who are familiar faces who all go wherever he goes. And several other people are saying, well, we need to see much more, political leaders leading, in this campaign or protest to get our Senate or, our legislators to do the right thing or to do what we, the people, want. Peter Obi was seen there. Interestingly, another face appeared. I saw him yesterday. I think I've seen him today again. This time he didn't come alone. He came with his son. He is former transportation minister and former Rivers State Governor Chibike Rotimi Amechi. He was at the protest today, and he told us a few things about his son and why he brought his son and why he thinks Nigerians need to mobilize more. This video is courtesy of Channels Television. Take a listen to Rotimi Amechi here. Oh dear, my bad. There is no audio for that. I'm going to try again. I don't know why the audio is not coming out. I think someone must have muted WhatsApp. We're going to try to unmute WhatsApp and then get back to it. Apologies for that. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, by the way. You can join the conversation. Okay. Let's try that again. I do not know how. Kemi, do you know how to unmute this?
The reason is that I believe that there should be more Nigerians out here now. I had always told them that when there is a protest, all of us should come out. You know, there were those who say that we the politicians want protests and our children are overseas.
What are we saying?
Yes, my first son.
What are we saying?
I brought him to join the protest as my first son. He's a medical doctor. His job is, if there is injury, to treat the injured ones. If they want him to protest, we are here. But we need to mobilize more than this. We need to mobilize much more than this.
All I could hear was pass the bill. Well, he did make an interesting point, depending on what side you look at it from. This could also be, window dressing to make it look like, well, my kid's here, so you don't say that. Well, we're pushing you out to do what we ought to do with our own families. So hey, but this could also be him making a statement to say, well, I see you, I see what you're doing, and we're all here, and that's what the party I've joined stands for. I mean, you could read all kinds of meanings into it, but he's also part of the process, asking them to pass the bill as it should be passed into law. In case you're just joining us, the program is Hard Facts 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You just heard the voice of Rotimi Amechi speaking about the ongoing protest and why Nigerians should mobilize more. Let's move away from that. Let's talk about Yakubu Dogara. And this is a story from the Daily Trust newspaper where he says how US may influence 2027 polls. Antennas up, please. Well, former Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, has suggested that the United States may play a mere or more than a passive role in Nigeria's 2027 general elections, driven largely by its strategic interest in the country's stability and influence in Africa. Dogara made the remarks on Inside Sources with Lolo Akonde on Channels Television, where he analysed Nigeria's place in the evolving global order and the implications for its democratic processes. He warned that the traditional and international norms have weakened, leaving countries to aggressively pursue their interests. The international order right now, according to him, has collapsed. The truth is that we are at the point in history now where you either are at the table or you are the menu. However, he cautioned that the mere participation in global decision-making forums does not automatically guarantee protection or influence. He said, and I quote, "To be very frank, I don't think being on the table is a guarantee for you not to be the menu. We have run into a situation where the strongest at the table devours the rest." In this case, who's the strongest? I mean, it's obvious. And who's the menu? Dogara argued that Nigeria must be deliberate and strategic in securing its place in global affairs, warning of dire consequences, I beg your pardon, if the country fails to act decisively. When was the last time we really, truly acted decisively? Oh, yeah, when we went to foil a coup attempt in... What's the name of that country? Next door? And he says, if care is not taken, if we don't do the right thing, if we don't take all the steps to be at the table, I can guarantee you that Nigeria's future may be determined without us. Shall I read it again? If care is not taken, if we do not do the right thing, if we don't take all the steps to be at the table, I can guarantee you that Nigeria's future will be determined without us. I'll let you make of that what you will. But my question when I read this story, and I already have analyzed this story, and I've analyzed the processes before now, and I have given my take over and over and over again. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you better do. And I'd like to read something out quickly, just to give some flesh to this, if you do not mind, quickly, before I go to the next story. And then, of course, we'll go on a break and I'll open up the phone lines. And you can have all day to talk about all the topics. So please indulge me, okay? It's called Hard Facts. And if I must give you facts, I must be able to back them up with more facts to give it some meat. Do you understand what I mean? So... and on the other side of the clock, I will give you something interesting that would tickle your fancy. In the meantime, let's talk about facts. And this is what the United States wants, according to Arise News. Washington is sending approval to build a ground refueling station for its drones in Nigeria. The facility would allow the U.S. aircraft, most likely MQ-9 Reaper drones, to land, refuel, and coordinate with Nigerian security officials before returning to Ghana, where the U.S. already conducts regular ISR flights over Nigeria. Although the U.S. initially proposed Lagos or Abuja, both locations were rejected on political and security grounds. An undisclosed northeast state has instead been designated as host because the region already accommodates Nigeria's own drone operations and related military infrastructure, making coordination more peaceful. Let's talk about the links to the recent strikes. The request follows the Christmas Day airstrike on terrorist enclaves in Sokoto Bauchi Forest, carried out by U.S. precision weapons in coordination with Nigeria, one that is still being questioned by members of the Senate. Debris from those strikes later caused explosions in Kwara State, confirming the scale of reach of the operations and the depth of intelligence sharing between both countries. What does this mean for Africa's security? The proposed station signals a broader U.S. push to deepen its military and intelligence presence across Africa. Its military presence, not to help.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
What is health? It's more than the absence of illness. It's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But let's delve deeper. Health is the heartbeat of life. It's the rhythm that keeps us moving forward. The pulse that echoes our vitality. It's a symphony of balance and harmony, resonating in every aspect of our existence. Health is a silent conductor, orchestrating the dance between the body and mind. It's the energy that propels us towards our dreams and aspirations. It is the foundation upon which we build our futures. So, what is health to you? Join me, Kofi Bartels, this and every Thursday for Health Thursday, 8 a.m. on the Morning Crossfire as we explore important issues affecting your health. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's Let me tell you the real thing to brag about. Brag about how authentic you are. Brag about your confidence and your vibe. Brag about your style, your energy. And yes, brag about how amazing you smell. Because there is one fragrance that gives you all of that in one bottle. Wazobia perfume.
Oh yes, Wazobia perfume. The same perfume everybody's talking about. See, once you step in with Wazobia perfume, you don't need to talk too much. The fragrance does the talking for you. Be authentic, be confident, be classy. Treat yourself and your friends to Wazobia perfume today. Available as both perfume and body spray.
Get your Wazobia perfume today at any store near you or order online for carton purchases or to stock Wazobia perfume. Please call 0201-330-0047 or email contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
With each day comes new stories,
new reports, new discovery.
Presidency spends 34 billion naira on travels in 2 years.
There is nothing you can do about it. This is our money, our president is spending.
The defection of members of the Labour Party in Alimosho to the ADC were violently disrupted.
Governors remain leaders of the APC in states. Credited to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
You go there and see arrogant in people they call nurses and doctors.
INEC says it has completed an internal timetable for the 2027 general election.
No way America can come and do this. Let them come and tell me again that Nigeria is a sovereign country. Anyone that can put an end to this problem in this country, I beg, may they come help us.
It's all part of the conversation.
Right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Nigeria's biggest decisions start with the hardest questions. And I'm asking them on Hard Facts 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is the Big Three.
The Big Three on Hard Facts.
On 99.
Sorry about that interruption. Well, we're back. My own BC, we will continue to analyze it. Yeah. So I was still giving you some background as to, what's happening, with our savior in this case. So this move by the US, this is what it means for Africa's security. The proposed station signals a broader U.S. push to deepen its military intelligence presence across Africa, with Ghana serving as its key logistics hub. It is to improve America's spread, not Nigeria's, not Ghana's, not any of those countries. It is their spread. Analysts say this could boost counter-terrorism operations in the Sahel and Gulf of Guinea, but it also risks pulling Nigeria further into America's regional security architecture and reigniting debate over foreign military influence on the continent. Make of that what you will. But first, while you all are screaming blue murder, President Donald Trump noticed your president's wife and had nice things to say about her. And so she was on Fox television talking about it. Take a listen.
Whatever is happening, at times, who would have, you said President Trump recognized me. Who would have thought that would happen, to even say the least? So when you look at that, I'm getting global recognition in all of it, despite, and that is what life is all about. If something is going to be good, it will come from, the rebels. And it starts like that, and then we have that attention, we have the conversation going, and we expect, there will be more, it's going to yield a better fruit for us, and both for us and also America.
President Trump had words of praise for you this morning, but there are still some U.S. lawmakers that believe that there is as they call it, Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, and they've been critical of the government for not doing enough. What do you say to that argument? What do you tell them?
We've been able to educate them more about the situation on ground. We live in Nigeria. We know that, this is a democracy, and we are getting close to re-election, and there will be a lot of potholes of the beliefs they want the outside world to know. And we can see that with this government, we just out of a lot of economic crisis that we inherited, because this is the first time the government of Nigeria will remove fuel subsidy. We were producing oil, but we were not refining them. So now Nigeria, we have refined products, and we're not importing fuel like before. So our exchange rates are stabilizing. The country is moving forward. We're trying to make sure that insecurity we can tackle. And the president has even changed the service chiefs. You know, they've replaced them with new ones. So we're looking at reforms. In November, because of what is going on and the world concern about Nigerian Christians, the government, my husband declared a state of emergency on the 26th November 2026 and on insecurity. And by that, what did he do? He had to ask the police inspector general to recruit additional 50,000 police officers. And then the soldiers, 24,000 officers, so that they can help in, to secure insecurity. And not only that, there are 10,000 forest guards that were not carrying arms before.
And she goes on and on and on. Yes, that is the story there, talking about how the US may influence our elections come 2027. Are you going to stand by and watch it happen, or it's already happening and you can do nothing about it anyway? Let's move on to another story finally, and then we'll take on your thoughts and comments. Let's talk about the one that makes me roll my eyes. Tinubu brokers peace as Fubara and Wike exit the villa together. Let me just give you some background. Don't come for me. River State Governor Sim Fubara and the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike departed the presidential villa in the same vehicle on Sunday night after a meeting with President Bola Tinubu. Presidency officials familiar with the meeting confirmed to the Punch newspaper's correspondent. According to the officials, although the two political rivals arrived separately, Fubara rode away with Wike after the president's intervention. They described it as a symbolic gesture signaling a possible end to their long-time political feud. Do you know the song that's playing in my head? And I'm not a joker. It's Two Faces, it'd be like saying... but most importantly, this looks like a movie that we've seen before, haven't we? We've seen these people come out of a meeting and Fubara, said nothing. He mostly says nothing. And Wike just keeps going on and rambling about the fact that, peace has been made and everything's all great. And then in two weeks, drama begins again. Maybe we should just have faith in the fact that this time the president must have pressed the right buttons and this will be the last we hear of the Rivers drama. The phone lines are open. 020127709930 0201465790. You can join the conversation on Facebook and YouTube live when Nigeria Info FM. On X, use the hashtag hard facts. Let's talk. 60 seconds is all you have. Please go straight to the point. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Yes, good afternoon.
My name is Robert. I am calling you from Papa.
Go ahead.
I'm not concerned about River State. Let's say that they should continue to fight. My concern is this Electoral Act. The Senate has amended the Electoral Act according to what we read, modifying clause 60 to require presiding officer disponible documentally to assist election. You understand? To the RR. But however, if electronic transmission fails due to communication or network issue, the manual result sheet form ECSA will serve as the permanent source for result collection. So it's a dual system, both electronic and manual. Is that what we are saying? Why can't they postpone the center which that system fail to the next day? After all, INEC was given up to more than 1 trillion. 1 trillion naira to conduct this election instead of manual and electronic. If somebody can deliberately shut that electronic something,
all right.
You understand?
Thank you very much for calling. 60 seconds is all you have. Please keep to time. Thank you very much. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Yes, good afternoon.
It's Emmanuel speaking to you from Epe.
Go ahead.
First of all, let's think for a second, because today they are supposed to conclude about the electoral setting, and APC has the majority. What if they put it to a vote, that they should retain the 2022 aspect of that transfer, and then the votes, APC votes, in favor of that, then what should we do? So,
I think I should be asking you the question. What would you do if they decide that that's what they want?
Journalist who is supposed to be asking the question.
No. But you asked the question, so I'm asking you because you're a voter, you're a Nigerian. What would you do if the Senate decides to go the way that you are thinking they might go?
So probably I would vote 2027. Then,
how does that solve anything?
The issue of Wike and Mr. President and Fubara, they go set to tire. In the next 2 or 3 weeks, another thing is going to happen, and probably they will call Maryann and join the settlement.
They cannot call me. I don't know them. They don't know me. Never. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Uzoma.
Uzoma, go ahead, please.
So I'm calling for a call too. Maryann, my mother told me that charity, it begins at home, not from outside. Now we here go say what we dey see with our eyes. We can't go out. Anybody can give anybody any name outside. It will end that place. But you wait there for house, know where you dey paying, who wear shoe, know where you dey paying you. You will define it the way you want to define it, and that is the final. So, but the one for Wike and Fubara, that backyard settlement, before 2 weeks, another one go on. Now the more you look,
all right. Thank you very much for calling Uzoma, even though your line went off halfway. Someone's asking, my X handle is MIMIEYO. It's the same with my Instagram. Yes. In case you want to check it out. Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts. Hello. Anybody home? Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Yes.
They are Boyesen calling from Afromedia.
Good afternoon. Go ahead, please.
Tales of lies by your well, it's unfortunate, rather unfortunate. But I don't even know why the Americans or the Trump administration will allow these people to just bamboozle them, giving them series of lies, and they want to. We were all happy before that they were coming to do something. But look at $9 million or $billion or whatever they call it for PR. You can see what it's doing now. So myself, I'm beginning to even lose hope in the so-called Trump whatever. Huh? You can imagine. Look at what your first lady is saying before the world. Is it not deceit? That is just deceit, my sister. Take care, Jerry. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for calling and keeping to time. I appreciate it. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Mercy.
Hi, Mercy.
Fine, and you?
I'm good.
Okay, Maryann, I'm keeping saying this. We are deceiving ourselves in this country. And our leaders, they know what to do. And they don't want to do that right at the right time. Which time Nigeria we want to stand? We have our own leader. And other people too, for abroad, they have their own leader. That is their own country. This is our own country. You people out there, you see how they feel their own country good. Why can't you people learn? For how many years are we going to speak the same word? Maryann, good afternoon. I don't want to stress myself anymore.
Thank you very much for calling. So I'll give you a little bit of breaking news thanks to my digital producer who has given me some information. I'm going to play you that clip in a bit. But the Senate has approved the electronic transmission of results to the Independent National Electoral Commission's result viewing portal known as IREV, while allowing manual coalition to serve as a fallback plan where technology fails. The decision followed a reconsideration of a disputed clause in the Electoral Act Amendment Bill during an emergency plenary session today. Now, under the revised provision, presiding officers at polling units are required to electronically transmit results to the IREV portal after voting, counting, and proper documentation have been completed. However, the Senate stopped short of making electronic transmission compulsory and also rejected a proposal for real-time upload of results. Capiche? The amendment provides that where electronic transmission cannot be carried out due to network or communication challenges. Now, who's going to be determining that? The manually completed results sheets from EC8A will become the primary basis for collation and declaration of results. Meanwhile, the upper chamber also appointed a 12-member conference committee to harmonize differences between its version of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill and that of the House of Representatives. I'm going to play you that clip of the Senate President speaking after that emergency plenary. And I'm thinking to myself, what exactly really changed? Maryann, you don't like this government. They can never do anything right in your eyes. Oh yeah, maybe I'm a hater. But I don't know. Let's critically listen. Did we get what we wanted? Are you happy with this? I mean, can this at least give you a sense of security when you go out to vote on election day? Is this enough reason for you to want to come out and vote on election day? Take a listen. Enough.
Mr. President.
Just give me a second there. Too many things are happening at once. I think this video is actually courtesy of us. We have it on our Instagram, so you can go to Nigeria Info FM's Instagram page to see that video. But first, let me play it here for you.
Go ahead with that is the motion that the presiding officer, presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to IREP portal, and such transmission shall be done after the prescribed Form EC8A has been signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling unit. Provided that if the electronic transmission of the result fails as a result of communication failure and it becomes impossible to transmit in Form EC8A signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling unit, the Form EC8A shall in such a case be the primary source of correlation and declaration of results. That is the amendment sought to be made in this motion.
Thank you. Distinguished colleagues, this is the motion. This is the motion. It's very simple. If you disagree with him, move your counter motion. So if you agree with him, you agree with me when I put the votes. When I ask for the votes, when I ask for your consent, let me read the motion. His earlier motion which passed in our last sitting, he has sought to rescind that. That is in respect of section 60 subsection 3. And this is what it is. That the presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to the IREF portal. And such transmission shall be done after the prescribed Form EC8A has been signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned by the candidates or polling agents where available at the polling units, because sometimes you don't see any polling agent. Provided that if the electronic transmission of the result fails, if it fails as a result of communication failure, in other words, maybe network or otherwise, and it becomes impossible to transmit the result electronically in Form EC8A signed and stamped by the presiding officer and or countersigned candidates or polling agents where available at the polling units. The Form EC8A shall in such a case be the primary source of collation and declaration of results. So distinguished colleagues, if anybody has a counter motion, you move it later. But in the meantime, those in support of the motion as enunciated by Senator Mongunu and seconded by Senator Bamoro, say aye. Aye. And those again say nay. Nay. The ayes have it.
Did the ayes have it or did the nays have it? We don't even know in this case. I think we had a guest here. Was it a guest here or somebody? I think I was listening to another media channel when I think the anchor was saying that it would be better to see the number of people who actually are against and those who are for on paper, so we can determine the people who actually are for us or the people who are against us. But in this case, is this enough for you? Or are we going to see more protests? Let's talk. The phone lines are open, guys. I'm not talking anymore. Welcome to Hard Facts. You have 60 seconds, please.
Good afternoon, Princess Maryann Okon.
Yes.
This is Pastor Ladipo.
Go ahead.
Maryann, you see, this is called window dressing. What they did is they quickly addressed so that they will get the people off. There is still a lacuna in that thing they passed. Because saying that they cannot upload at the right time is a clause. That is by the way. Secondly, the wife of the president, she's doing what she's supposed to do. They've paid the lobbies, they've granted her the opportunity to speak in one of the media houses, and she has to say what she has to say so that the husband administration can be seen in a good light. And lastly, let me tell you, most of us don't understand. What Yakubu Dogara is saying is that the American government is going to play a very key role in who becomes the next president of this country. Things are going AYO, we don't know. Security is just out of it completely now. They are on our own. Let Wike and Fubara, let them ride the same bicycle. That is immaterial. My problem is, why will NBC grant what is it called, to a radio station that is not to be used for the purpose of politics?
Okay.
They should go and read
Ask
Rwanda genocide.
I'm not a spokesperson for the NBC, so I can't answer that. I'm letting you go, Pastor Ladipo, because I was waiting for you to land. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome on the show, Maryann.
Thank you.
The ayes have it. How come they can't do normal votes? All these boys would just hit the gavel on the table and say the ayes have it. What the Senate has done is to simply say, this is what people want, this is the permissive will, but we will know what to do at the end of the day.
But is that really what we want? Because I think Nigerians were more specific as to what they want.
That is not the conversation right now. That is not it. That is just one of the hydra-headed monster that we ought to nip in the bud. There are still so many virus, so many cankerworms that are eating into the fiber of our democracy. That is the problem. Not this particular one alone. So whatever it is they have done is just shoddy and, like you are putting a painting on a whitewashed wall.
All right.
Maryann, as we continually push for conversations on this radio station, Nigeria Info, every day we'll be picking it leaf by leaf. We'll be taking it stage by stage. It's not yet Uhuru. This is not what we're talking about.
Thank you
the
very
thing
much.
runs deep. The thing runs deep.
Thank
the
you,
virus
Ms.
is
Obolu,
still
for
there,
calling.
and we have not quelled it at all.
Thank you for calling. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Godwin from Water.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know why the Senate president is being afraid. The whole governor.
Who told you he was afraid? Does he look afraid to you?
If they are afraid, then why don't they sign it? We are not saying that this will stop rigging. At least let us start from somewhere. We can't be doing same thing and expect different results. At least let us start this thing. You have all the governor in your party. You have almost 30 governors with you people. So why are they now afraid to sign it? Did they now see that even if you have all the governors with you, as long as the people is not with you, the people is not happy with you, and the people are not seeing positive change in the government, it means that the people still have that power to remove them from that seat. Why don't they sign it? Thank you, Maryann.
Thank you very much. I guess that question needs to be targeted at the spokesperson of the National Assembly. Hopefully, I can get one of them to come speak to us. If not the spokesperson for the Senate, we can have. I mean, because it looks like everything lies at the footstep of the Senate. Yes, the House of Representatives has said let's have a meeting and harmonize our own, because they seem to have been on board with this from the get-go. The problem is the Senate. I'm going to say something that is going to cause trouble now. Could the Senate be the problem of this country? Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Oh dear, I'll really advise that you call me back. I'd advise that you call me back. The line is really, really bad, so please call me back. Go to a better place and then try calling me back, okay? Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good evening, Maryann. I'm Marco from First Time.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I mean, well, what do I say? Maybe a little progress. Now it's now enshrined.
But could that also be a trick? Let's just give them a little bit of breadcrumbs.
No, of course, it's a trick. Government has the capacity, the DSS or whoever, to jam on election day. They can jam internet. They can cut it off communication. They can. So if they do that and there's no evidence that they did that, I mean, it means that as we were trying to upload, it didn't go. We tried 30 minutes, 1 hour, it didn't go. Then it's not just going. So we will now prefer to go with this. And thereafter, whatever paper is presented before the guy that we announce the results.
Yeah. How about we're also 10 steps ahead of them, because of course we all now know that they will try everything in their power to ruin it for us. So we'll also be there matching them, whether they want to do it manually or not. If anything happens to those results, they go with the results. How about that?
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, that's another thing. But another thing is that one thing I've discovered that senators hide under this eyes, and maybe time has come for people to also find that if there is a major decision, each senator must come out and vote,
That's what it should be naturally, but we have decided that voice votes is the way to go because of the trickery that our politicians have employed.
The minority leader wanted to move a motion about it this morning, but he stepped it down. I don't know why it's come to pressure and stepped it down, but it's okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you very much for calling. I'm losing my voice, can you tell? The politicians, and I'm trying to choose my words carefully here, in this country have somewhat mastered the art of trickery and breadcrumbs politics, where they tried at least, because we also have become a people of half bread is better than none. Yeah. But when are we going to wake up and smell the coffee? I'm going to read a few messages, then we'll go on a 60 seconds break. Miracle here on YouTube Live says, the live transmission of election results is non-negotiable. Well, they've told you what they're going to give to you. It's either you take it or maybe not. It all comes down to you guys. Blessing here says, the only outcome that would make Wike happy is Fubara's tenure coming to an end after this current term. Mrs. Tinubu saying that global recognition is what matters in life is quite funny. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Otwekong here says, nothing has changed. What we want is transmission in real time, no form EC8A. Well, honey, that's what you're getting. We're going to go on a quick break. When we come back on the other side, I'll take a few more messages. And if I can, take some calls. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
From Washington to Beijing, Moscow to Abuja, London to Kigali, the world is shifting fast. Elections are shaping destinies, wars are redrawing borders, economies are rising and falling, and global alliances are being tested like never before. But what does it all mean for you?
With a new administration and a new president in the White House trying to put an end to the war.
I didn't know the historical context, what the state of Israel means for them.
Join the fearless Ireti Bakare Yusuf on Borderlines every Friday at 4 p.m. on Nigeria Info 99.3.
as she dissects the biggest global events and their impact on world peace.
Those who are not familiar with Israel or the war itself would not know much about the group breaking the silence.
Borderlines on Nigeria Info every Friday at 4 p.m. The world is changing. Don't just watch, understand it. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Nigeria's biggest decision starts with the hardest questions, and I'm asking them on Hard Facts 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
All right, we're back. Let's just jump on some more messages from Facebook and YouTube. Abbott Madu, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Iwo Rumbo here says, I believe that this time both Wike and Fubara should have known that River State citizens require leadership. Do they? Oyebuchi John Hioma here says, these senators are just shameless. How can the Senate president make excuses for the federal government instead of standing for the people? And people should stand up to ensure that their demands are met. Well, they're standing. Just like Amechi said, maybe we're not standing enough. So someone's saying that the crowd's not enough and we're not putting enough pressure, and this is what you got. So imagine if you all came out to put pressure. You'd even get more, right? Let's over twist this thing. Yeah. Let's Oliver twist it and get exactly what we want. Or maybe not. Anyway, this one here says, when you belt government on lies, eye service, propaganda, and hypocrisy, you can't prosper. Your first lady has wasted taxpayers' money to go to cover up the nightmare that her husband has put Nigerians. Don't foreign countries watch CNN and BBC and other news? Why are you paying $9 million to lobbyists to cover up? I do not know. I cannot answer that question. Maybe you should put a mic right in front of the first lady and maybe she'd speak into it. Maybe. All right, someone here, Joy Forever Next says, power lies with the people and an assembly must pass electronic transmission. Fubara and Wike will be the end of the APC. If USA build a drone fueling station here, they can monitor us real time. It means we have lost our sovereignty. APC fought GJ not to use machines then. What changed? Safianu Bari here. I'm losing my voice. Do not doubt we're swimming in dangerous waters with the US's influence, because wherever you see the US's presence, it's always about their interests and not the other way around. Yeah. And we probably will have that conversation sometime next week about where the US goes and what happens to those countries. Let me quickly run through some WhatsApp messages here. This one says, I really pity Akpabio. He's seriously playing with the mind of the people. We seriously need to talk about the civil servants. It's beating the government during the election. During the government's bidding. Ifeanyi, thank you. I'm guessing that's what you meant. Uche Victor here says, the Senate did the right thing, and clearly, truly, the eyes truly have it. You think, say, I don't collect 5K. I don't know. You said it yourself. Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. Patrick from Ejigbo here says, honestly, I feel sorry for most of the callers. During elections, then you realize that Nigerians are tribalistic, though they're pretending now that they have a common problem. Then you will hear he's from our tribe, as though they're exempted from the sufferings. Well, we've got the news at the top of the hour. On the other side, let's go into the communities in Lagos and find out what's happening. First, Loma will be on the chopping block. I hope that Loma people can explain to us why their people are further dirtying our waterways.
In the conversation, no topic is left untouched.
Tell me the difference between what Nnamdi is doing now and what Kela was using his music to do. The list of the coup plotters are where is the list of the terrorism stuff?
I see the essence of the hoodlums in Nigeria. This is why we have them. Okay, please for disruption.
These politicians, we don't know whether people they don't have anything.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.